Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline. I'm one of the yoga instructors at Yoga Nisa Spirit and Wellness. And today I'm going to be taking you through a sculpt yoga session. So let's just get started on our mats. I'll just share the audio here. Oh, that works. So just getting started laying down on your backs on your mat. Taking a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Getting settled here into your space. Wherever you are, beginning to notice the depth and the quality of your breath at the beginning of this practice. Noticing the sensations in the body. Noticing any tension that you have stored in your muscles. Sinking deeper into the ground. This practice, you will challenge your body, challenge your mind. And rather than focusing on doing every single pose, focus more on sustaining your poses throughout this practice. Taking one united inhale through the nose. And exhale, side out through the mouth. Slowly bringing more movement into the body, into the fingers, into the toes. Rolling out your ankles, your wrists. Moving head from side to side. And slowly making your way up to a comfortable tabletop position. I'm just going to adjust my mat here because half of it is on the carpet. So coming into your tabletop position, coming through a few cat-cows, inhale, dip the belly, dip the chest, gazing forward. And exhale, rolling out the spine. Inhale, dip the belly, dip the chest, gazing forward. And exhale, separate those shoulder blades as you round the upper spine. One more here. Inhale. Cow. And exhale. Rolling the upper spine. Cat. Just taking a bit of a freestyle here with your inhales and your exhales, whatever feels good, just to get situated here in this practice with your breath. Getting into all those spaces in the body that are tight. Coming back to a neutral position, curling the toes under if they're not already curled under, and slowly lifting the knees off the mat. And holding here, using the strength of your core, really pushing those shoulder blades apart, using the muscles in your arms. Breathing here for 3. For 2, you got this. And 1, slowly lowering those knees back down, coming to a quick child's pose, forehead to the mat. And breathing here in this child's pose. One more breath here. And slowly rolling forward back to your tabletop position. Inhaling, right fingertips forward, left toes back, strengthening the core, tucking the navel into the belly. And exhale, knee to nose tap. Inhale, extending arm and leg out. Belly is tucked into the core. And exhale, knee to nose tap. One more here. Inhale, extend. And exhale, switching sides. Left fingertips reach forward, right toes back. Really strengthening that core so you feel it in the core. Inhale, extend. And exhale, knee to nose tap. Inhale, reaching out. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. And exhale, back to center. Stepping the palms forward, curling the toes under, and bringing the hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. Opening up the backs of the legs here. You can pedal the heels, sway the hips from side to side. You're aiming for a straight spine, all the way from the hips to the base of the palms. If this is your first practice of the day, you might feel a little tight here at the beginning, and that's okay. And slowly finding some stillness, continuing to breathe, and always coming back to your breath. And inhale, rolling onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, step or jump your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, palms to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center and down by the sides. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, diving forward, palms to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, palms to the mat, step or jump your way into plank. And chaturanga, bend the elbows to 90. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Always remembering you can skip the vinyasa. You can modify the vinyasa instead of doing a chaturanga upward dog. You could do chaturanga with knees on the ground and cobra instead. Inhale, right toes up towards the sky. And exhale, let's do some exercises here. Knee to nose tap. So coming forward, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, back up, upward facing dog. And exhale, knee to right elbow, tap, hold. Inhale, up. And exhale, knee to left elbow, tap. And inhale, back up. And exhale, stepping that right foot in between the palms. If it doesn't reach all the way, you can slowly move it up in between the palms. And coming up, inhale, warrior two. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, holding strong in this warrior two. If I were to come and push down on your arms, they wouldn't move because the muscles are strong. Glancing down at the knee, making sure the knee is aligned over the ankle and you can see your right big toe. And gazing past your right fingertips. And exhale, reverse that warrior, opening that right side of the body. And exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten out that right leg. You can move that back foot in a bit if it helps. Leaning forward, reaching forward like you're holding a tray. And exhale, stacking the shoulders, left shoulder over right. Left palm and fingertips are up towards the sky. Right fingertips pointing towards the ground. Trikonasana pose. Continuing to breathe and trying to lengthen through both sides of your torso rather than crunching into the right side. Think about lengthening both sides as you lean the left shoulder back. And breathing here for 3. Strengthening your side core, part of the body that we often neglect. 2, and 1. Bringing that left palm down, bending that front knee, stepping that right foot back into plank pose, and coming again through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing here, catching your breath, noticing the energy moving through your body. After that sequence of poses, moving on to the next side. Inhale, left toes up towards the sky. And exhale, knee to nose tap, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, back up. And exhale, knee to left elbow tap. Strong core. Inhale, back up. And exhale, knee to right elbow tap. And inhale, back up. And exhale, stepping that foot in between the palms. Again, bringing it up there if it doesn't reach all the way. And inhale, warrior 2 on the other side. Strong pose here in this warrior toe. Left knee stacked over, left ankle. Gazing past the left fingertips. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. Continuing to breathe here. You can close your eyes or gaze past those left fingertips. Arms and legs are strong. Back leg is strong. And exhale, reverse that warrior, opening that left side body. And exhale, back to warrior 2. Straighten out that front knee. You can bring that right toe in a bit if it helps, reaching forward, palm face up with that left hand. And exhale, stacking the shoulders, Trikonasana on the other side. So you're imagining you're in between 2 walls, like a sheet of paper, in between 2 walls. Leaning that right shoulder blade back. Gaze is either up or forward, depending on what's more comfortable for your neck. And again, trying to lengthen through both sides of the body rather than crunching in towards that left side. Holding for 2. Working on that side core, strengthening your body. And 1. Bringing both hands on either side of that front foot. And stepping that left foot back into plank and coming through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Paying attention to your posture in this down dog. Oftentimes when our bodies start to tire, we lose our form. But it's better to keep the form and do less than do all the poses and be a bit more sloppy. So continuing to breathe, coming into a child's pose whenever you need for a break. And inhaling forward into plank, holding this plank. Core is strong, straight line from the heels all the way to the shoulders, and lifting the hips back up, downward facing dog. And slowly rolling forward on the inhale into plank. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward. And slowly bending the knees, hovering them over the mat, lifting the hips back up, downward facing dog. Rolling forward into plank 1 more time. And bending the knees so that they almost touch the mat, but they just graze the mat, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're gonna come back forward into plank. And we're gonna come into a side plank, lifting left fingertips up towards the sky. If you need a variation, you can keep that left sole of the foot in the middle of the mat. And from here, we're going to do a couple dips. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, dip. Inhale, back up. And exhale, dip. One more here. Inhale, up. And exhale, dip. Inhale, back up. Coming back to center. High plank. And switching sides, right fingertips up towards the sky. Side plank. Gaze can either be up or forward. Again, whatever's more comfortable with your neck. Really strong in this balancing arm. And you can do dips again on this side. Exhale, dip. Inhale, up. Exhale, dip. Inhale, up. If you're sweating or shaking, that's perfectly normal. Inhale, dip, or exhale, dip. Inhale, up. And one more here. Exhale, dip. Inhale, up. Coming back to center, high plank. And holding here in this high plank for a moment. And lifting the hips up and back to downward facing dog, or coming through your vinyasa, whichever you choose. And in your downward facing dog, you can bring the knees to the mat, coming into a brief resting pose here in child's pose, reaching the fingertips towards the toes to give your shoulders a bit of reprieve. Noticing your physiologic sensations. Notice your heart beating in your chest. Taking a moment here to thank your body for moving through this practice with me. And to keep the heart rate up a bit, we're gonna meet back in our downward facing dog. So lifting the hips back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling onto the balls of the toes, bending the knees, stepping or jumping the feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart center and down by the sides. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, planting the palms, stepping the feet back. And chaturanga, coming through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, right toes up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Drawing one circle in each direction with that hip. Really opening up the hip here. Inhale, straightening out that leg. And exhale, stepping that right foot in between the palms. Inhale, arms reach up. High lunge. And exhale, hands to heart center. Holding here for one breath. And exhale, slowly shifting the torso forward, shifting weight onto that front foot, and lifting or floating that back foot. Flexing that back left ankle. We're holding here in warrior three. Trying to square the hips off so that they point towards the bottom of the mat. If you need to adjust yourself to make some room, please do so. And slowly coming into Ardha Chandrasana. So pointing your torso over to the left side as you reach your right fingertips down, left fingertips up, stacking those shoulders. Holding here. Depending on where you are in your practice, you might be able to slowly lift those right fingertips off from the mat. It's a lot of balancing, so wherever you are, you can bring them to your right ankle. If you lose your balance, it's completely okay. Just coming back to center and slowly reaching both fingertips towards the mat and stepping that right foot back, or left foot back, right foot back, coming back to plank and meeting back in your downward facing dog, whether that means coming through another chaturanga, upward facing dog, or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And once more on the other side. Inhale, left toes up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And draw one circle in each direction, opening up that hip. Inhale, left leg straightens out. And exhale, stepping that left foot in between the palms. Inhale, arms reach up, high lunge. And exhale, hands to heart center in your high lunge. Taking 1 or 2 deep breaths here. You should feel like a bit of a workout at this point. And exhale, shifting the torso forward, shifting weight into that front left foot, and slowly floating that right leg back, paralleling your body and your leg towards the mat. Hands can be kept at heart center. If you like airplane arms, you can do that as well. I'm just gonna adjust myself here on the screen so you can see me. I'm just holding here. Trying to face the torso towards, or tilt the torso towards the mat. And slowly reaching the left fingertips down, right arms up, shoulders are stacked, coming into Ardha Chandrasana as we tilt our torso to face the right side. Continuing to breathe in these poses. You can keep your hand for support down there, or you can slowly try to lift it wherever you are in your practice. And if you lose balance, that's completely okay. And slowly reaching fingertips down, stepping that right foot back, followed by that left foot. We're back in high plank and coming through either vinyasa or skipping it, meeting in downward facing dog. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing here in this down dog, really feeling how open your body is at the end of that sequence of poses. And exhale or inhale, rolling onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees and meeting on your sit bones, legs outstretched in front of you. Dandasana, straight spine, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, leaning forward, reaching towards the ankles or the sides of the feet, wherever you can reach with a straight back. Feeling the opening in the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. Slowing down here. Bringing the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Straight spine, feeling that opening in the groin. You can use your elbows here to maximize that opening. And absorbing the benefits of all the hard work that your body has been through during this practice. And coming through one last Navasana pose. So you can keep your legs behind your thighs here as you lift up the legs to be parallel to the mat. Straight spine, flat back, or you can let go, palm facing upwards, reaching forward. Holding here in Navasana boat pose. And slowly lowering to low boat, keeping the legs and the back lifted. If you're shaking, that's completely normal. We're working out the core here. Inhale, back up. Navasana, boat pose. And exhale, low boat. Inhale, up. And exhale, low boat. One more here. Inhale, up. You got this, guys. And exhale, lowering down all the way to our backs. Whew. We're going to do one final spinal twist here. So reaching our left knee in, interlacing fingers in front of that left knee, and bringing that left knee over towards the right, reaching left fingertips out towards the left, gazing over the left shoulder. Opening up that left outer hip. Trying to reach that left shoulder towards the mat. But if it doesn't touch, that's okay too. Inhaling back to center. Switching sides, tucking that right knee in, extending out that left leg. And reaching that right leg or right knee over towards the left. Reaching right fingertips out towards the right, gaze is over the right shoulder, or eyes are closed. And feeling that opening in your right outer hip. Noticing the sensations in the body. And slowly coming back to center. And assuming your final resting pose for Savasana. Arms can be outstretched. If you want to take butterfly legs too, with the soles of the feet together, whatever is most comfortable for you at the end of this practice. Letting your body and your muscles melt into the mat. That was a hard one, and I want to thank you, and I want you to be able to thank yourself for being committed to your body and your health and your mind throughout this practice. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the eyelids. Letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Letting your shoulders relax, untensing each muscle in the body as we absorb the beneficial effects of this practice. Savasana. And slowly waking up the body. If you want to, stay in your Savasana because it feels really good to rest at this point in time. Feel free to do so, but I'm going to close out the practice. And for those of you who want to join me, slowly wiggling the fingertips, the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles, Turning the head from side to side. And slowly bringing the knees and soles of the feet to the mat, coming into a fetal position, either right or left, whichever is most comfortable for you. Staying here for a couple breaths. And slowly sitting up into a comfortable seated position. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. Slowly bringing hands to heart center, bowing the head. And start rubbing your palms together, generating some heat. Eyes are closed. And bringing the palms over the eyes as you slowly blink the eyes open, feeling the warmth of your palms. Thank you for joining me in this practice today, and I send you loving light and energy. Namaste. Thanks, guys. I hope that was a good workout for you. Sorry for all the technical difficulties I kept getting up to fix certain things, but I hope you enjoyed that practice. Namaste.